So there's all these people rushing forward. The creature finally falls, hitting the ground. The snow just like goes poofs up. There's like smoke that's coming, burning smell of flesh. This creature is just whipping out its claws, its horns, everything as it's trying to attack, and just all these people are going flying. Some of them are charging in there. You see your companions are jumping in and attacking. Your Eidolon is striking this thing, and you're standing beside Cloud Owl, who is looking hopeful. We did it, Loon. We did it.
Yeah, that's surprising. Well, I didn't know we could do it.
It's just a bit of planning. If we could do this, we could take out any of the other bosses.
That's true. Well, but, 100 people died. So let's do better?
Yeah, I think we should try. And then at that moment, one of the claws come out and it just rips right across them. You see their eyes go wide, blood splatters onto your face as they go and they slip in the snow and fall down. They're staring at you and reaching out as you're watching their health bar just go down.
Cloud? Hey, Cloud, hey. Stay.
But we won.
Yes, yeah, we won. Just breathe a little more.
Everything's going really blurry.
Yeah, you're just lagging. Come on, you can do this. It's just a little bit of static. Just gotta stay awake.
And their health bar goes down to 0 as they are grabbing onto you. I don't want to die. And they shatter into all these pixels around you. Their staff clatters onto the ground at your feet as you hear the monster let out one last roar before it dies.
No, this isn't what's supposed to happen. Wait. And then Loon picks up the staff. And then just holds on to it for a while. For now.
You look out at everyone else and they're all falling backwards. Some of them are lying down, some of them are sitting, just crying and looking out at all the dead. Hello everyone and welcome back to another thrilling tale of Carcosa Online, the Pathfinder Edition. We are ready to jump into these tales of joy and laughter, but before we do, we have to quickly introduce ourselves. I will be your GM for the evening. My name is Lucas. My pronouns are he, him. Marquise.
Hi everybody, I'm Marquise, sometimes known as Barty Time Online, and I want to personally apologize to Lucas because my microphone switched over on my Audacity track, and so I had to stop it. So you're going to have a terrible time syncing it up, and I apologize for that now.
Well, I'll hopefully use this to line it
exactly. up. But I am him playing Akihiko, the Catboy Magus, I almost said mage, who is currently in the beginning buddings of romance. So that's fun. Trauma bonding. Yay. Who's also he, him.
Aubrey.
Hello, I'm Aubrey. You can find me everywhere on the internet at McQueen Cosplay. I play Nissa, our local gunstigator, who is trying really hard to save lots and lots of people, and it's not going so well so far.
And Cassie.
Hey buddy, I'm Cassie. I play our Talarian monk, Morrigan. Both of us go by she, her pronouns.
And Shenye.
Hello, I'm Shenye playing Loon, the one who always gets asked, "What are you doing?" And Loon, who always says his best.
Last time, the three of you had made it back into town. You kind of lost Loon at one point as you're coming back in. It was a sad march into a joyful celebration and an awkward cheering as people realized that 100 individuals did not come back from that boss fight. You all had gone back to the house at first to just try to sit down, process it all. Akihiko went off to a lovely dinner date and spent some time with Melvan as they got to bond a bit. And meanwhile, Morrigan and Nisla had a lot of bran and then food and then a creepy visitor that burned truth into their table. And after investigating a bit, Akihiko also returned and discovered that there were strange magics that were used in here, some sort of corrupted magic. Akihiko, though, still in this blissful romance, trotted off to bed and began messaging Melvan, and we saw this robed masked figure was standing over Akihiko while he was none the wiser. So where we are going to start off is we are going to go back just a little bit to right now. Akihiko would be out at dinner, and Loon, you've been just sort of wandering the town as people are celebrating. There's all sorts of, drinks and food and all sorts of things, and some people are playing games. It's a lot of the people that just didn't go to this fight. So to them, it was a great victory. They beat the first floor boss. This is wonderful. We can beat this game kind of thing, and everyone's just celebrating. You are marching a little bit listlessly. You went by a restaurant and saw that there was some bags of food that were set out. It looked like it was someone's meal, and you just kind of took them as you figured we earned this. So you grabbed it. As you are walking around, you see there's this soft glow coming from an alleyway nearby.
I have 2 staffs now. I think maybe I'll do better. And then he just proceeds to walk in with confidence but sadness.
So you march into this alleyway, and it is this yellow glow. You look around. There's a few things in here. There's like a dumpster in this alley that you see. There's a lot of stuff that's been emptied into it. Rats just skitter away as you step in, and you see on the wall is a massive symbol, all in yellow. There is a circle in the center with 3 strange little globs, just almost like in an upside triangle position. And there are 3 large tendrils that are spiraling away from this center mass. And it is glowing just this brilliant yellow as you're standing in front of it.
Okay. Now from skeletons. Now this. What type of drugs did I consume this time? Okay, tendrils. I can make tendrils? This is confusing. Then Loon just proceeds to try to touch one. Fondles it.
You place a hand on one of the tendrils. It's reaching out, going in this swirl. Suddenly, all around you, everything just disappears. And you see these stormy clouds just roll over as you are looking around at this town with this gothic architecture, these massive spires that are reaching up into the sky. People are marching all around you, these faceless individuals wearing these white robes with gold and yellow trim as they're just sort of wandering aimlessly around, a few of them looking at you and then just walking forward. They all have this symbol on them, the same symbol that you were just looking at. You see these creatures are soaring through the air. They have this white fur on them. They have no face as well. These large, almost demonic horns just stretching out in these large rubbery wings, carrying them somewhat bat-like. And they just are covering the skies as they swirl everywhere. And you look towards one area of the town, this large palace that's stepping up further. You feel yourself, you're not moving anywhere. You're standing in one spot, but suddenly you're just racing towards this castle. As the doors open up, you go through door after door after door after door, and suddenly you are looking at a throne that reaches up into the sky, and a gigantic being is sitting on it. These yellow tattered robes. Their head is so high up you can't even make out their face. And you feel fear as you suddenly find yourself once more in the alleyway.
Oh my god, did I become a princess? What the heck happened? Did I meet God?
A small little notification pops up in front of you, and it says, "Secret skill unlocked. The King's Sigil."
The fuck? They gave it to an idiot? The fuck they gonna do with this, man? The King's Sigil. Am I gonna order someone? I might just lead people to death, you know? Whoever sent this notification to me.
You look at it too. There's no description on it. When you select the skill, nothing's happening.
Okay.
It's just you. You seem to have it as just with all your skills.
I guess the requirements are not met yet. I hope it's not intelligence.
So you wander away from this alleyway. You're walking right now. You're using that staff, that old staff, as you're going through. It is this twisted oaken staff, and it has little sprigs that are sticking off it with like little leaves. And you make it in a short time as you get back, and you see there is Morrigan and Nisla. They're sitting on the couch with Dan Noodles, just sort of relaxing, talking, and you place the food on the table and just go and lie down. So it doesn't take too much longer. You hear Akihiko come in, and you hear conversation like in the kitchen as they're talking about something. And after a little bit, we go over to Nisla and Morgan. You have popped open a bottle of wine, probably a couple bottles of wine.
Yeah, we got
One each.
You've just given up dealing with this day.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a chug moment, although I will qualify this because I have a bird mouth, so we can't really like drink out of a bottle the normal way, you know what I mean? So this is,
I mean, you could open the beak, pour into the beak, and have it be some weird kind of...
Are you just straight chugging wine?
I am.
it's just like straight to the back, you know what I mean? So
I respect it. Yeah.
So that's my current experience with the wine.
The two of you are drinking this wine. You're talking and just kind of wandering a little bit. You're like looking at this seared in word on the table. Just truth is there. Kind of like tapping at it while you're talking. Roll a perception and take a -5.
A 22.
So you two you're having some drinks and you're talking, and Morgan is facing towards you and like towards the kitchen, and you're facing more towards the hallway, Nisla, where the doors to the bedrooms are located. And you see from Akihiko's room, there's a shadow like on the other side of the door. You can like see feet, and there's some light coming through. And it's like standing right at the door.
And it doesn't look like our cat boyfriend?
No, Akihiko walks with such grace.
A subtle, quiet grace.
One might say he is quite light in the loafers.
Like look over and stop in the middle of whatever I was going to say, and then just being like, wait. Reach over and grab the gun again. Which I haven't put away, I've just like set on the table. And then just be like, Akihiko, you didn't invite that one back, right? I call out as I approach the room.
You would like keep the screen in front of him open. I don't know what the last message is. And just say, what? And look over his shoulder at the door.
Just for a second, you swore there was like a shadow there, and it's like you blinked and you think, oh, I hung up my robe there.
Akihiko jumps jumps in his bed, puts his feet under him, back to the wall. He's like frantically searching for whatever that was as he just like starts rubbing his wrists where the bracelets are. Again, like that whispering of that creature just in his head coming back and trying very hard to calm down and is failing. He just like throws open the door and just like walks into you, Nisla.
Yep.
What did you see?
There looked like there was a second person in your room. They were standing right by the door.
I wasn't standing. Akihiko is full shaking.
And Loon, you can hear people now. They're talking. You hear like the sound of a door opening. You're just kind of sitting in your room at the moment.
Summon Eidolon, for fun's sake.
So Loon 2.8 appears beside you.
What's up, Loon? You want to be 3 years old now? What's up? How's you? Did you also go to the realm? Then Loon just looks back at him, doesn't say anything.
You can control your one. So what do you think they would say to you, or even nod or anything?
It's more like he just doesn't give a fuck.
They're indifferent to you.
I like the idea of the Eidolon being like, really?
This
Again.
Again.
Like, what time at night? You're summoning me now.
Been there, done that.
I had a hot date back home.
You're dead. You're dead. You're full dead. You're caught in the in-between. That's why you're here. Shut up.
I could have been sleeping right now.
The three of you, you're in the kitchen, and when you look over there, there's no footprints. There's no sign of anything, but you definitely saw something there, Nisla.
Yeah, of course the fucking mayor gave us a fucking haunted house.
At this point, Morrigan is going to pipe up. You will notice that there is a fresh bottle of wine in her hands, and she is going to slam it on the counter. Go, I told you this house, something's wrong with it. We have to go see the mayor. He's hiding something.
Akihiko's on the verge of tears. As he's just like, I cannot be in this house right now. And he does the worst thing in the world, which is message Melvan, can I stay with you tonight?
Yeah, you send this message. It's just, let's see. Let's roll a percentage. Roll D100.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
Yeah!
Apparently Melvin might be into it.
They send you like 4 thumbs up.
Just so everyone at home understands what we rolled, it was a 99 on a D100.
It's a sign.
And Akihiko just like straight bolts, because...
It just leaves.
Yes! Oh, he can't stay here. He's dealing with other issues.
Be safe, don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I don't know what you do.
The dog looks up like they were just sleeping, gonna go, and they look a little grumpy, and then they just rest their head back down. Akihiko, you bolt like a bat out of hell. You're gone, and the rest of you are in this house.
You're all free to leave. You could just walk the fuck out. There are a ton of taverns in here.
Yeah, trying to decide if I want to spend a night at a tavern.
Loon just looks outside. Why is Akihiko running with another tail?
I'm so glad he wasn't in the room to hear that. He's not ready. He's not emotionally available for that conversation.
Yeah, Loon pokes his head out of his bedroom, and then Loon 2.8 pokes his head out like above Loon.
Fucking Scooby-Doo.
Loon 2.9 just taps Loon on the back and just looks at him with the eyes of like, I can push you if I want to, but I won't.
I like how the spirit that's supposed to be under your complete control is like bullying you.
But, you know, look over at Morrigan and just being like, I don't know, do you want to stay here tonight?
At this point, I think Morrigan is very involved in her thoughts and is like spiraling in this like, fuck the mayor's up to something, we gotta do something about the mayor.
And your second bottle's already like you did a dent in it, right? You just you're pacing, going like, no.
I imagine she's like hands on the counter, like lean back like this, and just like, just muttering about the mayor. After hearing Nisla ask if she wants to stay in a tavern, we're gonna look up and you'll just see the like human aspect of my eyes is just glassy and kind of gone. I'm gonna look at Nissa and go, I have to go, and leaves with my unspoken destination is to go stand outside of the mayor's house. And I think I'm walking because I'm drunk and I can't fly when I'm drunk. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna try, but for now, just
flap, flap, flap.
Yeah, just kind of like a little hop, and wherever the mayor's window, or maybe I just go to the office. I don't know if I know where the mayor lives.
You know that the office is definitely in the guild hall, so I think your drunken brain would be like, of course the mayor's still there.
Yeah, the mayor lives in his office.
Everyone loves the mayor.
He's a good public servant. He never stops working.
Yeah, he works late. Yeah, so that's probably gonna be my destination. I can roll to see if I actually get on a roof to look or not.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, if you want to start parkouring.
Give me this drama.
22.
You do get a penalty for being drunk, as you're 2 bottles deep, but you do still manage to get up onto these roofs. The body that you are inhabiting at the moment is just so athletic and so skilled. You are just climbing up and you're just doing the run, and then you hurdle, jump and go onto the next roof, and then stop for a sec and try not to throw up, and then you run again. So you are making your way towards the guild hall, which you could have just taken the road, but...
No, we are going, because the original suggestion was that we break in, and we're kind of in this vein of like espionage, and I'm too drunk to remember that I don't actually have those skills. We're just going.
All right, so you are off on a secret mission. Nisla and Loon, what are you two up to?
I'm gonna turn towards Loon and just be like, well, if you want to get a room at a tavern, feel free. It's weird. I feel somewhat like I should stay and document anything else weird that happens.
Well,
I mean, I'm just gonna like sleep on the couch with Dan noodles, and if ghosts happen, I'm gonna make note.
okay. I'm gonna try walking around the city. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm just gonna walk. With the stolen food.
Oh, I mean, we already have the stolen food. Are you taking my stolen food away?
I'm stealing the stolen food. It's better.
I mean, at least leave me enough for the rest of the night.
Okay, then I'll take the one piece of bread. I'll be leaving now. Thank you.
So you leave, and the dog seems nonplussed by this whole situation, as they are just curled up.
Yeah, I'm gonna curl up on the couch with the dog, and if ghostly things happen, I'm gonna document them in a notebook. But for the most part, it's like, it seems like a lot of energy to go to harass the mayor at like 2 a.m, and I don't have anybody else where, like, I could probably, like, I don't really have anybody else where you'd be like, hey, can I stay with you tonight? But it's just like, I don't feel like spending the money on an inn and dealing with that.
You're laying on this couch, and like the dog's curled up with you. There's like a fireplace. It's really nice and warm. I'm sure there's been like some time you had the thought, especially like you're a film buff. You've seen a lot of old films, like period pieces and stuff. And you're like, what did they do back then? Like, it must have been so boring. And you are realizing it is so boring to not have any like phones, TV, anything. You're just kind of on this couch staring at a fireplace waiting for a ghost. And sleep is quickly overtaking you as
Yeah, I'm not gonna really fight it on the sleep too much because I've had a bottle of wine, and that thing will knock you out. Wine just makes you sleep.
And so you just cuddle the dog, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna cuddle the dog, and I'm gonna go to sleep with my gun within like reaching distance.
Akihiko, you are barreling throughout, like you just start running, and you make it like 2 blocks, and you go, "Where does Melvan live?"
Yeah.
Then you're stopping. You're quickly messaging, like, "Hey, wait, where are you?"
Yep.
You do eventually find out they are staying at the Aromatic Goose. You are some of the only players who actually have a house, so you start heading in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take long. There's like still crowds of people there. Apparently in medieval lands there is no last call, so they're just still there having fun. There are some very tired-looking Carcosians as they're, serving all these adventurers who are just going, "We did it! First boss down!" It's like, they're cheering. Only 14 more to go. That seems like a lot. It's like they're having a good time. You manage to worm your way through the crowd and go up a flight of stairs up to where there are a lot of rooms. It doesn't take you long, but you make it to Melvin's room.
And Akihiko is trying so desperately to get his breathing under control and is failing, unfortunately, because today has just been a day. And he begins to just not. And it just becomes more insistent.
And you can tell that Melvin must have fallen back asleep. And so, you hear like the shuffling and they're like, "Oh, 1 second." As they rush over to the door, they open it up. They have this matching PJ set that they purchased with some gold. "Oh, hey, yeah, so something wrong?"
It's like immediate, like just slams into him.
"Oh,
And like throws his arms around him and probably is just like tearing up.
what happened?"
As he just says, like, there was someone in my room and they disappeared, but they were there. Nisla saw their shadow and I saw them for just a second.
"What?"
And it is just like a train of like how scared he is right now at the fact of he keeps talking about the voice in his head telling them how scared he's going to be.
Melvin leads you over to the bed, and there's like a small little writing desk and stuff like that. Like, this is just sort of a room that he's been renting. And you sit down on this bed. Okay. I guess ghosts kind of make sense in this weird thing. Like, it's a game, right? Maybe it's an event. Maybe we unlocked an event with the first boss being taken out.
And I think at this moment, he then has that, like, triggered memory of, oh, I was also attacked by a glitch. Or he doesn't know it's a glitch. He just knows that a monster that used the voice of his father ran at him. And he describes that monster to Melvin.
What the fuck? Okay, I haven't run into anything like this.
And I think Akihiko is like desperately trying to get himself under control because weakness is what made everyone else leave him. Can't be weak in front of Melvin.
Okay, so, alright, you're having ghost problems. I don't think they have Ghostbusters here, but there's probably, I don't know, like priests or something. So people who could, like, compel spirits to leave.
Maybe you're right. I just need to find religion, I guess.
Oh, don't no. Don't go that far. I just mean get someone else who already found religion and get them to show up, do all their religion stuff, and then they could piss off, and that was probably fun. But for now, I'm tired because today was
A lot.
too much.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Akihiko recognizes, like, oh god, this person is tired, he needs to sleep, and I should probably sleep too. So he kind of just, like, stands up, and I think he just, like, presses a button, and for a second, his clothes just, like, dissipate, or his kimono dissipates, and he, is just standing there in these, like, trunks, and then just pushes another button to put on his pajamas. So Melvin got a good view of a lot of things.
And you see they blush. Like the set. Oh, of course, yeah. get changed. That makes sense that you wouldn't sleep in your battle gear.
Just very comfortable pajamas. They're not patterned like Melvin's are.
100% are patterned. What pattern are we saying it is?
I don't know why, but like I have big dad energy from Melvin, despite the fact he's like 125.
Okay.
Like he's almost close to like the cool professor with the patches on his elbows, but he's just like a couple steps removed.
Yeah.
So I would say either just like stars and moons, or it's the drama masks.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so he has drama masks there, but Akihiko's are just like pure light pink.
So the two of you get into bed, and it's that awkward. It's the first time that you're laying down in a bed together, so you're like, oh, do you usually take this side, or like which?
Akihiko actually just like, he's never slept in a bed with another person. Before he gets in, we'll probably ask Melvin, how do I do this? I've never slept with another person.
Well, you try to go on the side of the bed that you usually use, otherwise you're going to be tossing and hitting the person in the bed. So which side of the bed do you usually sleep on?
He just like blushes. Like I'm usually just put in the middle. And he puts a lot of emphasis on the word put.
Okay, how about you're kind of freaked out. You take the spot closer to the wall, and I'll take the spot facing the door.
Okay. And he's just like, Melvin's probably already laying down. He'll just climb over Melvin.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Ow. Oh, yeah.
And I think at first his mind is like, don't touch Melvin until just like staring at the wall. You have that moment where you just start going crazy, looking at something. You're just like, I can't ignore this person any longer. And so he turns over and puts a hand on Melvin's like chest.
And Melvin's out, like just sleeping, just very heavy sleep. You put a hand in the chest and you just kind of like cuddle up, and you find yourself just relaxing and falling into it. As first there's 15 minutes of anxiety, and oh, am I gonna wake them up? Are they awake? Are you awake? Are you awake right now? And like not getting any response.
Yeah.
And eventually you do manage to fall asleep.
Greetings there, travellers, and welcome back to the Inn of the Seven Dice. Oh, it's good to see you again. Look at us. We're in the Februaries. The snow is continuing to fall. The people are continuing to fall. Everything continues to fall, as it always does in the shortest month. Oh, but dear travellers, let us not talk of months, for they're just imaginary. Let us talk of story. How have you all been enjoying it? Do you enjoy having the little bloopers at the end there? We've been trying to include them and just have a little fun moment, because these are normally little bits that we'll just remove because it might take you out of the moment of a scene, but we still thought that they were a bit funny, so we're trying to keep them at the end there. We do have some lovely mail that we have here. Let me go ahead and pull it up. There's an axolotl on the pink stairs. Is an axolotl. Oh, here it is. All right, fantastic. We have another message from Katie, who just finished the first Ballad of the Chosen Few campaign. We've had many wonderful people write about this, where it says, "Excellent campaign, everyone!" Exclamation mark. DM, players and guests alike did a fantastic job telling this story. Exclamation mark. I don't know which I'm more surprised about. Redacted. Oh well, I'm sure nothing bad will ever happen in this multiverse again. I redacted a bit because it had spoilers, just in case you haven't gone back to listen to our first campaign, and I highly suggest you do. It is 4 seasons of wonderful storytelling, and, of course, yours truly, Wing of a Gimble famous name Bad, is there to guide you along the way. Also like to mention, dear travelers, that we've been trying to post monthly updates. We've actually gained quite a few followers on the Patreons. Remember, you can follow our Patreon without paying a dime, and you will get updates on what's going on behind the scenes. You can read them, you can like them, you can comment on them, ask any kind of questions, all that good stuff. But we have seen an uptick of people following us on there, as well as reading our updates. So thank you so much for giving that a look. And if you want to support us, it's pay what you want. We have hours upon hours upon hours of audio on there. Honestly, I think it is quite a ton. We have many specials. We've taken all the audio from the Rise of Nyarlathotep stream and placed it on there. There's a lot going on. So, if you love Ballad goodies, then go ahead, check out our Patreon. You could just put $1 on there. Honestly, we are totally A-okay with that, and you can enjoy all that wonderful stuff. You don't even need to be subscribing all the time. You can just subscribe for a month or so. It's really up to you. Or follow us for free. Alright, enough about Patreon. Goodness gracious. Let us go ahead and head on over to our favorite cursed radio. We'll talk about a cursed radio. Sometimes it removes my eyebrows and then I find them on my left butt cheek, and that's a little weird for me.
Excited about any part of the road trip?
Well, we'll get the van started.
Do you think it's like cursed or something?
Come on now.
Did you just ask me if a car is cursed?
Then we can read the postcards. I found these in the glove box of the van.
Marlon has a face of like,
nothing.
this shit's cursed.
I think they're all from your eternal light. If anybody wants to play any games, we can play Padiddle.
Let me finish shoving this Tesla off the little ledge here into a hole.
The horse's name is D'Artagnan.
Ah, Jimmy loves this town, baby!
Don't stop in this town, you'll die!
We can take turns seeing which states we see on license plates.
And you see the whole head has just been disintegrated, falls out a similar looking worm.
Get this fucking thing off me!
And we can sing songs.
Now keep your mouth shut! Look
Well,
down!
don't tell her to keep
Don't
her mouth
shut
shut.
your mouth.
Hold on,
And eat snacks.
Oh, now hold on now. That is deeply unpleasant.
Oh my, what is that?
I take out my bat and I start hitting
It
it.
doesn't say don't put it in your mouth. It says don't let it in your mouth. That's what I usually do in the car, but by myself. But I can do it together now.
I'm right excited about it.
Oh, cursed radio ads. It gives you that warm feeling of your sinuses, like you're just about to sneeze, but you can't, and it's kind of burning inside your nose. What a lovely time. Anyways, dear travelers, this is the finale for our Season 2 of Escaping Carcosa. I truly hope you're ready for it, because it's a wild ride. Alright, until next time, dear travelers, I bid you all adieu.
Morgan, you are leaping from roof to roof. You are going through shadowy alleys and ducking between trees as you're quickly heading towards the guild hall. Now, the guild hall itself is this round building that is on this small little island in the middle of a large pond. There are 2 bridges that are going towards it, and you see this, and there is no real way to sneak across these bridges. They're fairly low, and they're all well lit up. And you see, like, there's these grand double doors that lead in on either side of the guild hall inward. How do you approach this?
We're definitely gonna take a second. Are the bridges guarded at all at nighttime?
No.
Okay, so it's just the light, and it's just on the bridges.
Mm-hmm.
What are my chances of flying at the guild hall not from the bridge?
I mean, you have a chance. I will say that much. You are drunk, exhausted, and it's the middle of the night, and you've flown once, so I'd say you have a chance.
Okay, so I think in Morgan's mind, this is like full-on conspiracy theory at this point. Like the quiet of night is just confirming to her like that this is weird, that and like all of the extenuating circumstances of the day and the grief are just like not registering for her as a reason why everything is so quiet. She's interpreting this as like a purposeful subduing of activity that the mayor knows, that we know, that he knows.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to circumvent these obvious pathways. So we're going to kind of come around probably to the south side of this lake around the guild hall, and this will be a walking thing because it's all trees and stuff. And the bright idea is to try and get up a tree and then glide across the lake. That's the plan.
All right. Make me an athletics for this one, and take a -3 at the moment.
So that will be a 17.
So you glide forward. It's a little wobbly at first, and you're going, and you're like, I'm making it across the lake. The landing was an afterthought of like, oh, and so, but you do manage to catch yourself. You have to do like a bit of a run as like you're hitting down to the ground, but you do like, you go up towards it. You see there are a number of windows that are adorning along the sides of this. You're fairly certain you're near the window to the mayor's office.
Yes, we know what side, or we think we know what side of the building it's on, and it's not this one. So we're going to do the whole like fingers on the molding, shuffle around to another side of the building before kind of coming to the realization as we're trying to pick which window it is. I don't know what window it is. I only remember what floor it's on from this vantage point.
You check a lot of windows because you're really just kind of like seeing which one it is. You're poking up, and it does take some time, but eventually you make it to the mayor's office. Curtains are open, the blinds are up. You pull yourself up looking into the office, and as I described before, it's very dusty in there. Doesn't look like it's used very much. There's this grand desk with this very large chair that's on it. There's bookshelves that are adorning the walls, all sorts of plaques, and there's like a large picture of the map of Carcosa, all sorts of things in here. You see the mayor just standing there, facing a corner away from you. It's pitch black in here. There's just moonlight spilling in, and they're just staring at this empty corner.
Oh my gosh. Heart racing for this. Is the window actually open, or can I just see through the glass?
You can see through the glass. You check it a little bit, like you slide a towel and try to adjust it. It's not locked.
Oh, okay. The original plan was just to watch. But as the window gives, plans change and judgment is poor. So I'm going to try and open the window just enough to try and get any sound that might be happening in the room.
Yeah. Go ahead. Roll me a stealth. And another -3 on this one.
23.
You slide it up very quietly. You're holding it there because like it doesn't have a latch or anything for you to lock it. It's this old-fashioned window. You're holding it up and you're listening, and you can hear this just constant muttering coming from the mayor. You can't quite make it out from the distance that you're at.
Under normal circumstances, this would probably be further than we go. But we're here. We're convinced that this is something, and the fact that the mayor is incoherently muttering into an empty corner is like proof. And Morgan needs to hear more. So we get a little dangerous here and slide the window down more. Maybe try and like put an ear into the opening. I imagine at this point she's just bodily visible in the window.
So you are trying to get closer. You're trying to listen. You can hear the muttering. It takes you a minute because you're just trying to really tune everything else out behind you and really listen. You can hear Tanner Morales, dead, 10:23. Santos Whitaker, dead, 10:24. Christopher Padilla, dead, 10:24. And they're just muttering names. And it's definitely well after 2. And then you hear just a quick snap as their head cracks fully around, staring at you. A complete 180. These eyes, these yellow eyes, piercing right into you. This smile slowly forms on the mayor's face, and it keeps getting larger. Their rotted teeth are sticking out here and there. Their lips are cracking as the blood dribbles down onto their chin, dripping onto their clothes. This skin looks tight, and it almost looks like things are just moving a little bit underneath it.
Nope. Panic moment. We're letting go of the window. The window falls all the way up. And I'm like, ah!
So you fall back onto your back, a loud slam as the window comes down, and you are just quickly just trying to get away. You steal a glance, because of course you do. And you turn around. He's at the window, just watching you as you are running.
I'm not going home. That is the first place he will look if he recognizes me. We're not going home. I don't even know, like, pick a direction. Like, which way did I go?
So you just start running, and you're not sure where you're heading at the moment, but your feet are taking you out of there. And we're gonna go over to Loon. So Loon, you're wandering the town as well. And it's very, very lively still. Not as many people out as there was before, but there's still a lot of people out. You see people are bumping into you. Oh, sorry about that. As they're like just sliding on by. And it's just you and Loon 2.8 walking side by side.
Well, what do we do now? What do you want to do? Since you're always so quiet, just walk towards it. Loon 2.8 just goes around, going up to random people, and then just looking at them, and then just looks back at Loon. And then, like, something clicks in the head, and then Loon just thinks, oh, you want me to replace the friend in my head? Sure, why not? Then he just goes up to the random people, but doesn't know what to say, and then just walks away. And then that happens multiple times, pretty much.
You just keep walking up to these people, and you go to say something, and they turn towards you like, yep, and you don't say anything. And it's like an awkward 30 seconds before they go, cool, and then they leave. Sometimes you're even going up to the NPCs, the Carcosians, and there's one they're wandering around. They look like they're in this guard armor. You walk up to them. Citizen, are you okay?
Do you have a spell that I can buy that can revive a friend?
I don't know of such magics, but I'm sure if you spoke to people at the church, they would be able to help you.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Certainly.
Loon just sprints toward the church.
So you head there, and as you're going by the guild hall, you hear a loud like, and like, but it's in the distance, and you just keep, you're heading towards the church, and you make it to the Church of the Shining God. This large cathedral. It has this sunburst with a set of smiling teeth on it for their holy symbol. Also, strangely, the symbol for Smiley. You open up these large double doors. There's no one in there at the moment. It's just you see a lot of pews set up. There's like a little table that's set up for Smiley. And It's well lit in here, but you don't see anyone. There's a few doors that lead to the back as well.
Okay, time to find someone. God help me, let's go. Then he just tells Loon 2.9. You take the right, I take the left. And they just start running around trying to find someone.
Make me a perception.
13.
You're wandering through this church and you're opening up random doors. Like you find like, oh, this one's for cleaning supplies, or you open up another door and you're like, oh, okay, like here's a lot of like random books and Bibles and like that kind of stuff. As you're closing it, and eventually you do find a room, and you open it up and you hear a person go, what? Who's there?
Loon 2.8 just goes woof woof bark bark.
What the hell? Bernard?
Then Loon just says, you can talk? And he's like, oh, no, it's me. Can I have a spell?
I don't know who you are. It's me, Smiley. Loon?
Yep, I'm not here to steal anymore.
You're Nisla's friend, right?
Yeah,
Okay, it's the middle of the night.
random inspiration.
Please don't enter people's rooms in the middle of the night. This is creepy, Loon.
It's called inspiration, don't worry. I can deal with it.
Okay. If you go like 2 doors down, you'll find Bernard.
Oh, okay. Sleep well?
Uh-huh. And you close the door and you hear right away like feet running up to the door and a lock, like just like turning.
Well, that wasn't very welcoming. Let's go, Loon 2.9.
You go to this next door and open it on up, because of course you do. The door swings open and Bernard, this red dragonborn, sits up. They have this little like nightcap that they're wearing. You know, the one with like it like droops over as a little ball at the end. Oh, hello, who's there?
Hello. I like your hat. Nice balls.
Thank you, there's only one. No need to pluralize.
You only have one ball? Oh, the hat. Yeah, I forgot.
On the hat, it's 2 a.m. What can I do for you?
Do you have a potion that can revive someone?
Not a potion, but I have a spell.
Okay. What's the requirements?
Well, let's see here. First, I have to get up. And then they like sit up in their bed, swing their legs over, their tail like swishes behind them.
Loon just sits down in the bed with him.
They reach over and like they turn on this light and pull open a drawer, and there's this large book that they pull out. And it's very old, like this weathered looking book. They take like some of their claws, they're opening it up and slowly going through. Are you trying to bring someone back at 2 a.m?
I need friends.
Oh, Loon, this is not how you make friends. Necromancers all have it wrong.
Well, they were lonely, but not anymore. We can do this.
Well, I'd say they're still pretty lonely. Okay, let's see here. Bringing someone back. Well, first you need, the corpse is always a good start. If you don't have that, then, items that are very important to the individual can be used.
I have a staff, but I think the person was cremated, in a way.
Cremates, okay, the staff, that'll work, okay, there's staff. So you have very, strong memories, I imagine, of this person, so that'll make that a little easier.
Not really. I just met her once, and we talked about water.
Oh, Loon, I don't know. Let's see here. Well, we're going to need some diamond dust. Do you have any of that on you?
I'm poor. When I heard diamond, I already knew I didn't have it.
Fair enough. Well, you're a traveler, right? You go out adventuring. Well, maybe you'll find something.
Oh, that's true. That's gonna take a while. Maybe one of my teammates have.
Tell me about this person that you want to bring back, and tell me why you want to bring them back.
I thought I made a rival, but I beat her half to death in a battle, and then we became friends. After talking about water balls.
All right. So classic story of rivals to friendship.
Technically, not. I beat her to death, so... Oh wait, no, maybe I should make her a rival. Maybe that to, increase the chances of reviving.
Alright, so you want to bring back this person. How did they die?
Oh. In my arms?
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a tough one. When did this happen?
During the fight with the final boss.
They closed the book and they set it off to the side. Loon, I believe you're grieving. And it's natural to wish that the people who've passed could come back. And we can try. We can try to bring this person back, and I understand it's a difficult and painful moment for you. But I need you to ask yourself, are you willing to go that extra mile to bring someone back from the realm of the dead? You're going to have to see some things, some difficult things. You're going to have to potentially even speak with death itself and try to see if you could bring this person back. Are you wholly prepared to do so?
Loon 2.8 just walks over, sits on Loon's lap. And then, well, I've been to weird places already. I'm fine with doing a lot of stuff to get someone back.
Alright. Will you try to locate some of that diamond dust, and then we can see what we can manage. I'll try to gather the rest of the materials here. I believe this is going to be a very difficult one.
Do I have to pay you any gold?
It's the strangest thing. I keep trying to heal people for free, and it keeps getting me to charge them money. I don't want their money. I don't even see their money, honestly. It disappears from them.
Oh, do you want some food? I can treat you.
Yeah, what the hell? What do you got?
I have this bread that I got from Nyla.
I
stole from her, but it's okay. It's still bread.
Oh, this story is getting weirdly biblical. You could just keep your stolen bread as we think about bringing someone back to life who passed away just shortly before. All right, we'll figure this one out, Loon. I'm gonna go back to bed because I need a good sleep to think on these things. I need you to
make memories.
Sleep for one. You need to process these feelings.
True. Thank you, Daddy Dragon. And then he just proceeds to leave.
That's a new one. And Bernard lies down, and you close the door. Where are you gonna go to sleep? Are you just gonna go back home, or?
Oh, I guess Loon will try and go randomly to try and find whoever is still awake.
Okay. So you're walking throughout the city, and you see Morgan just sloppy running as she is just barreling away. You're kind of making your way towards home, and then you see Morgan. Your feet were leading you in the general direction, and you do see Loon there.
Hi.
Loon. What are you doing here? I thought you were at home.
Oh, I met with the priest, and he took me to bed.
Okay. I can't process that right now. The mayor is crazy. I need to get away. You should get away. Do you know any good hiding places?
I know one. The alleyway where I got stuck in the dumpster and saw some weird spriggan thingies.
I don't want to see any weird things. Okay, thanks, Loon. Be safe. Don't let the mayor see you. And we're off again.
Oh, damn.
So you just run away from Loon as you're barreling towards your destiny of falling asleep on a bench somewhere. Loon, you're making your way back, and you see less and less people as it's going later and later. You finally get back home. You crack the door open, and Nissel is just passed out on the couch with the dog. Everything seems fine.
Well, so much for ghost hunting.
But you are exhausted. It is hitting you.
Well, and then he just he just goes on all fours and says like, "This floor seems nice." And then he just crawls up, covers on the floor, and sleeps. I'm too tired to walk to my bed.
You do have a bed.
Sometimes he forgets.
You feel the strong arms of Loon 2.9 as you're being carried to your bed and lie down in it. You just find yourself drifting off to sleep. Morgan, you are running. You're running and you're getting progressively more and more tired because you're starting to sober up. And the exhaustion is just setting in, and the battle and the emotions and everything, and your legs are going slower and slower, and you find yourself just kind of sitting on a bench near a tree. You see there's some shops that are closed nearby. What would you like to do?
I think we're gonna sit down on this bench, and as the adrenaline leaves, the sobriety returns. My feathers are going to fluff up, but more out of anxiety than anything, and I'm going to lay down on this bench and stress cry until I fall asleep.
And sleep is quick. You find yourself just passing out as you drift off into very, very stressful dreams.
Escaping Carcosa is brought to you by the Ballad of the Seven Dice Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram by searching Ballad of the Seven Dice. Supporting our Patreon helps us pay for the show, such as hosting, equipment, and additional content for you to enjoy. Our Patreon is pay what you want and contains behind-the-scenes updates, audio dramas, one-shots, and more. You can also head over to iTunes and Spotify and leave us a 5-star review. Every review helps us fight against the horrors of the algorithm. Until next time, dear travelers, keep an eye out for the yellow sign.
That smile might give me nightmares in real life. Like, oh my gosh.
Love that character. Here, one sec. My cat decided he's going to be a brat, so I'm kicking him out. You're out, bud.
Time for you to go.
I love that this is a regular occurrence now, that at some point the
Say
cat
bye.
will have to
You
be
should.
addressed.
I know.
I see the brat.
I was gonna say, is Lucas black for anyone else?
Like, are you doing this on purpose?
I told you, my camera.
Lucas faded into the darkness.
But then there's this weird light thing that's happening, and I'm like, oh
Moon.
god, truth is here, and we're all gonna die.
Right?
Yep.
Greetings.
Truth hijacked the Zoom call.
Like, I definitely thought that was for dramatic effect.
I did. I was
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, we're done.
Lucas fades away and truth emerges.
I did one fake yawn, and now I can't stop yawning. Oh my god.
Catching up to Lucas.
Falling into the immersion.
He's deep. He's method acting, everybody.
Yeah.